Hello, I want to teach as many U.S. business owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. franchise owners, and also 1099 income earners how they can stop paying federal and state income taxes legally with the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal, it's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. So few people have ever heard of the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal, it's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, that famous king who chopped off his wives' heads, started the Church of England so he could divorce them. What a swell guy. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England. They went back to the 12th century of the Magna Carta and its contract law that came to the colonies while we were still part of England. Our current tax structure that we're under went into effect February of 1913. At that time, the super rich families, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys, made sure they could save taxes. Well, if they can save taxes, we can save taxes. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of www.thetrustisyou.com. My goal is to teach as many people about the secret of the rich. My personal story, I became a real estate investor in 2018 when my mom got sick 2,000 miles away from home. She got septic of the blood. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. My dad stayed with my brother in Charlotte, visited her every day in the hospital. In 2019, with my mentor, I wholesaled 7 bank-owned properties nationwide. They thought I was a rock star in my real estate group. Remember that Super Bowl commercial, "You're not a rock star." I paid off all my debt. I had $50,000 in my bank account, and on COVID struck. Everything shut down. On April 1st of 2020, my 3 properties did not pay me, so I had no money coming in. On April 4th of 2020, my CPA actually called to say congratulations. I had made so much money in 2019, my tax bracket went from 22% to 24%, and I owed $94,000 in taxes. I told him I only had $50,000 saved. His solution was to set an appointment with him to get me on a payment plan, pay interest and penalties. And I'm like, that's all? That's all you're going to give me a solution? I went to bed crying that night. A great book to read is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. His entire philosophy is put an idea in your head before you go to sleep, and you'll come up with a solution. April 5th, I wake up. I know I'm going to contact a friend whose friend does HELOCs and paid off houses. And I know I had read an article about the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. It's called The Office. And I Googled it, and I started researching the Spendthrift Trust for 5 months. I started both my business and Beneficial Spendthrift Trust in September of 2020. The gentleman who sold them to me works for the law firm I now work on behalf of. I said to him, I would like to teach this in my real estate group. And he's like, be my affiliate. So I started a mastermind in my Phoenix real estate group. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. For 18 months, I taught other investors how to stop paying capital gains when you sell something at a profit, how to stop paying interest income taxes if you're a passive investor. So if you're doing subject to real estate, the BRRRR strategy, you have notes. You don't have to pay creative financing or seller financing. How to stop paying dividend income taxes if you're in the stock market. How to stop paying rental income taxes because you're a real estate investor. How to stop royalty income taxes if you have talent or NFTs. Something happened. I won't get into that. I started my own company in March of 2022, www.thetrustisyou.com, and I started doing TikTok videos, YouTube videos, and other things to help clients. My goal is to teach as many U.S. business owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. franchisee owners, and U.S. 1099 income earners how to stop paying federal and state income taxes with the Business Spendthrift Trust. The law firm I work on behalf of was started 78 years ago by a Harvard Law professor. In 78 years, not a single trust has ever been audited. It's an amazing thing. If you're making $100,000 in 1099 income, I cannot help W-2 income earners, but Google says 32% of them have a side hustle, which is usually 1099. I can guarantee you will save 5 figures in taxes. 43 states have state income taxes. 7 states do not have state income taxes. Some of the big ones are Florida, Texas, Tennessee, South Dakota. I forget the others, but you'll still save taxes. Today's example is a franchisee owner who's in Georgia. He saw his wife saw one of my they saw one of my videos. He files single, He's for 2026, he's going to save $66,928 for the full year. In federal income taxes, it's $62,396. In Georgia state income taxes, it's $14,532. Or per month, he gets to save $5,577. This is his money to put back into his business, to pay off his mortgage, to buy a new vehicle, take his family on well-deserved vacation, set up college funds for his nieces and nephews, give to your favorite charity, save for retirement, do whatever you want. When you start the Spendthrift Trust with the law firm that I represent, it's started by Paul Benson, we will get you the EIN number, the letter for the bank. You're going to go to the bank. You're going to open a new bank account. You're going to have all your receivables go into that new bank account. You're going to pay all your bills out of that bank account. And when you file your taxes on April 15th of 2027, you will file a 1041 tax return. We introduce you to the CPA who will do it for you. And all that money that you save, you have access to it by your debit card, by going into the bank and getting cash out, or whatever you want to do. This is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. If you Google IRS Tax Code 643B, please do. I want you to learn as much as you can. There is a memo that the IRS wrote on August 9th of 2013. They literally say they do not like Tax Code 643B. They do not like the Irrevocable, Complex, Discretionary, Non-Grantor Spendthrift Trust. If your CPA or financial advisor tells you about this memo, ask them to give you the 15 pages of the memo, because on every single page of that memo from the IRS website, it says on the bottom, this is not tax information. The key here is it's a memo. It's not tax law. The IRS cannot change the tax code. Only Congress can. And unfortunately, the TSA agents didn't get paid for, I think, 13 weeks. How they went to work, paying for gas, paying for food, I don't know. My brother was a federal agent, and twice he didn't get paid. His wife made him get out of the Secret Service at that time. So if you are making $100,000 or more, or want to learn more about the Spendthrift Trust, I'm going to put how to set up a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. It's not a sales call. We're going to discuss where you live, what you do, how much you make, take you out to a free website, show you the formula for federal taxes, then figure out what state you're in and how much your state income taxes are. I will send you an email with all the information about the trust. You get to decide when you start it. You get to decide who are the trustee or trustees. You get to decide who are the beneficiaries, and you'll leave a legacy for future generations. Now, there are 5 different spendthrift trusts. The business trust saves federal and state income taxes. The beneficial trust is for all investors to stop paying taxes on profits. The beneficial trust is for anyone who wants to set up a charity. I have several clients who are saving so much in taxes, they want to give back to their community. The mineral rights trust is if you have oil wells, shale rights, or coal rights. I'm going to be honest, I've only sold one of those. And then the senior trust is for somebody who's 65 or older who's incapacitated. Maybe they had dementia, maybe they had a stroke, and that it's a blind trust for the senior so they can get into assisted care. But then somebody else in the family is in control of the money. This is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. Please set up a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me so you too can start saving taxes. The law firm I work on behalf of has over 800,000 clients, and not a single trust has ever been audited. Now, they also offer a Lloyd's of London program that if you get questioned or you get audited, you don't have to worry. Lloyd's of London will insure you for that. I don't think it's necessary, but it's something new that they're just starting to offer. So learn the secret of the rich. Stop paying taxes. Have a beautiful day.